Well, good morning. This is Bill and Matt, the Real Money Guys, coming at you with another educational video. And by the way, guys, if you want to ask us questions on what we're talking about, you can always do that in the comments on the Facebook page. We welcome that. We want to be able to help you guys out. So, Bill, I've got a question for you this morning.
Okay.
And again, I don't know the terminology at all.
Okay.
But when a buyer is going to buy a house, okay, and I guess that starts to become official. What's that process like? What can they expect? What do they need to know?
Well, the first thing I need to tell people is be a little bit flexible. Okay, it's a process. All right. When you go under contract, assuming you've already been approved by your lender, all right, you're under contract now. Now the lender's going to start wanting to get all sorts of paperwork from you: W-2 forms, proof of employment. They're going to pull your credit file, all that sort of thing.
So when you say approved, do you mean like kind of pre-approved that you can buy the house?
Yeah, well, they're probably going to pre-approve you prior to even getting the contract, but that's basically words on paper. It doesn't mean a whole lot.
Okay.
All right. It is as warm fuzzy to a buyer that you talk to a lender at least, but everything can change from the day you talk to that lender to the day you buy the house. So,
right.
But I would just say that when you're talking with a lender and you're in the process of purchasing a home, you're under contract, the lender's going to be asking you for a lot of documentation during that process. And they have to, because they're going to lend you a lot of money.
Yeah.
They want to know that you're going to pay them back.
Okay.
Little known fact, you could have $1 million in the bank. They don't care about that $1 million.
Right.
Because that can be gone with one trip to Vegas overnight.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
They want to know that you have continuous money coming in from a job or some other source.
Okay.
All right.
That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah. But at any rate, so I always tell people when you're dealing with a lender, and they're all the same, they're all good people, they're just trying to do their job, all right? But I would make sure that when you give something to the lender, always keep a copy of it on your own files, because things happen.
Yeah.
That you give that paperwork to one person, they give it to another person at the office, they give it to another person, somehow that paper disappears, and 3 weeks later you're being asked for a W-2 form that you gave them 3 weeks earlier.
Right.
Don't argue, just send them another copy.
Because I know that's probably got to be frustrating if that happens. So
It is.
Yeah.
Well, to you, it's the only deal in the world. To that lending organization, you're one of 1,000 that they're working on.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So everything's in perspective. But I would just keep in touch with your lender. There's no reason you can't call them whenever you want. Your realtor can call, and I do. I talk to all the lenders I work with during the process. I'll even call the lender for the other buyer to make sure we're on track.
Right.
Because I'm representing the seller then when I'm the listing agent. I don't like surprises.
Right.
And you won't like surprises.
No.
Okay?
I can imagine.
So it's just a good idea to keep in touch, keep copies of everything, talk to everybody. Your realtor and your lender should probably be calling you once a week, just bringing you up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
And if they're not, you call them. So I would just recommend everyone do that when they're purchasing a home.
Awesome. That's great information, guys. I know that coming up in the near future, my wife and I will be purchasing a home. So kind of a two-edged sword while we're doing these videos, because I'm learning for myself. But this is great information. And again, Bill and I are available. Of course, Bill for the realty questions. You know, even if you just have questions, don't worry. He's not going to hound you. He's not going to try to get your business if you've got someone else you're going to go with. But if you need some information, talk to someone who knows and is willing to share it with you. So appreciate your time, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.